Okay, good day everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope we're fine. Hope we are at our best. Hope we are doing really well. It's a new month, and we are how many months in now? So we've got like 5 months. 5 months gone in the year 2025, and we've got 7 more months to go. We've got 7 more months to go. And it's interesting because we are at a time whereby it is worthy of reflection, right? You definitely should get the opportunity to do a reflection for how your year have gone. So if you've seen yourself not to have scaled very well the way you should, you want to work on that, you want to improve that. If you feel like you are in a place where you can't really put yourself together, put your understanding together, put your insights together, I think what you want to do is you want to take the next couple of days, right? The first, the second, the third, even a small arch down to the 5th of June to reevaluate your life, reevaluate what are the mistakes you've made in the past couple of months, what are the errors you've made in the past season, what is the missing link, what is the wisdom, where have I got it wrong? There's some people who have already started killing it very, very well from the beginning of the year. And then there are those who have made some progress, right? And they know they're just going to keep on getting better because they are on that trajectory, they are on that process. And they just keep on stacking their odds. And make a statement like the journey of 1,000 miles starts sweet a day. It starts from somewhere with a step, right? And Rome wasn't built in a day. So there are people like that in that category. And then there are those who feel like they've lost everything. They feel like they're confused. They feel like they don't even know where they are right now. And the year is already gone half. So if you are in the previous set of people, kudos, you just keep on pushing ahead. But if you are now falling in the category of people you feel like you're lost, you feel like you are not in any place of progress, what you want to do, most importantly, is to sit your ass down for the next couple of days and reevaluate your life, reevaluate where you are making mistakes. And then you want to commit the next 7 months to just one thing. The next 7 months to one thing. The reason why a lot of people do not see progress in the right to do And in trying to practice commitment at the same time, you may most necessarily just end up nowhere, right? So it is something you want to definitely intentionally work on. You want to commit yourself to one part. Commit yourself to, okay, this is what I want to commit myself to for the next 7 months, and this is my target. And the interesting thing is, if you lock in on a part, you lock in on something you want to do, right? And then you begin to put that level of focus in. Most of the times, 9 out of every 10 situations I've seen, it's is there music playing in the background? I had no idea there was a music playing in the background. Sorry, I had no idea. Okay, I had no idea. Is it better now? Is it better now? Okay. So you want to focus on that. So for those who are just joining, make sure you share the YouTube. We haven't had any session for a while, so share the YouTube link to your status, your stories, your WhatsApp, your TikTok, your Facebook, and stuff. Just share it out, right? Share it out to as many persons you think could get involved. And let's get our friends, our enemies, and families involved as well. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, been a while as well. So you want to do that. That's the way you really, really want to scale this year. We've got 7 months left, and 7 months is a lot to really, really move your life forward. To be very honest with you, within the next 7 months, you could change your life for the better. Within the next 7 months, you could make the kind of money you've never made before. Within the next whatever it is your desire. Maybe you want to buy something, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to retire your parents, you want to retire in your life, want to retire from your job, whatever it is, what you want to scale your financial income, your financial level, whatever it is you are aiming for, the next 7 months it is possible. And if you're not anywhere in the past 5 months, you want to reevaluate yourself, reevaluate your condition, reevaluate your steps. It's definitely going to help you moving forward. Always ask yourself is, where did I get it wrong? Where am I making the mistakes? Where should I do it better? Where have I lost my way? And how can I begin to navigate myself moving forward, right? That is very, very important. So, on that note, I'm saying happy new month to every single one of you. It's good to see your amazing names on the screen. I would have seen faces if I was seeing your face, but I definitely am seeing our names as well. So it's good to see you guys and again to come on live and join with you guys and share about the market, talk and share offers and information strategize is really, really good. It's been an interesting couple of weeks for me because I've been traveling from one place to another, from one city to another, and it's been from one country to another as well. So it's been an amazing journey for me, and I still have some series of trips to come, but I'm going to be having a lot of live stream with us with the time I have around, and so we're gonna factor. I'm still trying to mentally factor how the month of June is gonna run. Maybe I'm gonna do live streams. If I'm not able to like do live streams every single day, I may decide to do it like 3 times in a week, so I could get to be like Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. I think these are like amazing dates. Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. So if I can come on live on Sundays, I come on live on Tuesdays, and come on live on Thursdays, that is way more than enough for the week, for the season. And we could like maximize and make the most of this part of this season, of this period, and whatnot with regards to that. So now let's get involved into talking about crypto. Let's talk about Web3. Let's talk about the space. Now, if a lot of people always ask the question, why has this bull run been different? And if you're someone who maybe you're listening to so many persons and so many voices, you will definitely be distracted and confused, and you might even be in what we call your feelings emotionally. And this is it. This is it. The reason why I want to reiterate whatever I want to reiterate now is because A lot of people forget so soon. A lot of you forget so soon that whatever is happening right now are things I have started talking about from like weeks ago, from like months ago. Like I started talking about these things happening, and the fact that these things are going to take out and these things are going to play out. So definitely, if you could remember what we've seen playing out are things I have to say in like a long time ago, right? I can say some months ago, I was teaching us on why this bull run has been different. And one of the things I stated is what I call cyclic anomaly, right? I mentioned cyclic anomaly. And that cyclic anomaly is a state whereby you have what we call a modified adaptive cycle for an asset class or an industry. So what does that mean? It means, for example, the bull run, which you are known to, is we've got 4 year cycle. There's going to be bull run in this 4 year cycle, and it's going to like move up very well, and you're just going to do the usual pattern, right? But a cyclic anomaly is when instead of the 4 year cycle to just happen the way it happens, right? There are different events that are taking place in this time and this season, which was not in any of the previous cycles. You never seen it from 2015, 16, 17. You won't see it in those cycles. 2018, 19, 2020, you won't see it in those cycles. In 2021, you won't see those events, right? And now we're having a cluster of every one of these things put together. We're getting the ETFs, we're getting the sports, we're getting the approval, we're getting institutional volume in a way it's never been before. We're getting Trump, we're getting what's it called? We're getting the halving as well. When you put all these events together, what results to cyclic anomaly is when you look at the last three events that have happened in the space, the last three cycles, right? There's like one thing that's happened in each of this cycle is happening in this combined, right? And then there's something entirely different that was never in any of this cycle happening. So that is what gives birth to what we call cyclic anomaly. And this is why so many times what makes people have always been projecting, they've always ended up being disappointed, right? Just like last year, when the markets was about to start moving very well last year, I said that is what we call the pre-bull run phase. I mentioned that I talked about it at the time, and from October, November, we started seeing it, right? And I said that it's going to climax in December, which is against what a lot of people were expecting, but that was what I stated. And we saw that play out very well within this period of time. And then now a usual expectation, which is a normal cycle, is you want to get that kind of fundamentals even into the new year, and you just see the rally just goes on and but that is not how it's going to be. So when we got into the new year, I started making emphasis of the bear market coming, of a bearish drop coming, and we started seeing that from like February, right, March as well. And then from level to level for the past 2, 3, 4 years, I have been sharing these levels for us, giving this hints for us. And one thing I always say most times when we get to do our live streams or sessions is our focus is not necessarily predicting the market per se, but our focus is to be directionally correct with the least possible margin of error. Because once we are directionally correct, every other thing comes into play. You know when to buy, you know when to sell, you know when to trade. So we could have 10 people using 10 different trading strategies, but you can only have one person that understands directional positioning. And if that person understands directional positioning and he shares it with these 10 different people, each of these 10 persons can make a different amount of money from that same information, right? Because their trading strategies do not predict the market. Trading strategies trade the market. It shows you, okay, this is how to trade. When you see the market does like this and do like this, you trade. That is what it does. It doesn't, right? So when we talk about prediction metrics and stuff, that's what we're talking about. Futuristic strategies to analyze the future and analyze data, right? That's when we talk about data analytics. So most of what you see me do most times and combining it with trading is data analytics, combining a lot of data of what has been happening in the past and being able to get the simulation in between the lines of this data to be able to rightly forecast what could possibly happen in the next couple of weeks or next couple of months. And as God may have it, we have been accurate 9 out of 10 times. 9 out of 10 times, because obviously I don't think there's anyone in the world who is 100% accurate, because there's always a time whereby you're going to miss it. It's not going to hit like that as well. But even accurate 9 out of 10 times. And with that, that is good enough. I think one other thing you begin to see people made a mention of is, I was saying, speaking against that at a particular time earlier on, and people didn't get what I was saying, and that is when people be like, do not buy major cap coins, right? If you don't buy major cap coins, do not buy Bitcoin. Just go and buy the coins that are very, very similar, very, very low market cap, and those ones will just make you rich and stuff. And now we have a lot of people who feels to be a little bit of stock. And I want to make a main emphasis that no, it is not the way they are thinking. The way people are calculating the market cap and stuff. It's the same mistake people made when they were talking about token supply, and it's been very important in the last cycle, right? And then we have SHIB coming into the scene, and Shiba, just changed everything because it had very large supply. It was against the norm, right? So if you choose to be rigid on a pattern and listen to maybe influencers, traders, mentors, and teachers who are rigid, who are not fluid, you will also be stuck, because that is what we are seeing, right? That's the same thing we are seeing that is happening right now in the markets. That's what we are seeing. And even the Bitcoin hasn't like the spotlight, and then we're getting major caps falling after it, right? The kind of coins you're expecting to do certain things have not done it yet. They haven't done it yet. So we're in a season whereby you want to follow the market level to level, right? Level to level. Level to level. So you see, most of these things I've made emphasis on, most of these things I really, really focused on and talked about for us, and told us that, okay, your attention should be here. This is what you should be doing more. This is where your focus and your stops and shit to all be in. That's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing right now in the market, what we're seeing in the industry. And it's interesting, because if you've been paying attention, you would have been able to like play it level to level, and you won't be worried, right? I always tell people that the difference between you and majority of people in the space is that you've got a Shifu who is able to tell you certain things that a lot of people are unable to do, right? You want to ask yourself, how many persons is able to come on a live stream or publicly and post what could play out weeks ahead of time, months ahead of time with so much confidence and clarity? That is not just a low-level guesswork per se. It is a professional kind of guessing, right? It's a professional kind of guessing, which is done with a high level of attention, intentions, and the ability to want to grow. Because the most important thing is we are getting to a stage whereby you become value, right? That is where the world is getting to. You want to continue improving yourself, and this is what people should constantly do that, right? People should constantly do that. You look at what I do, right? I've been to 3 countries in the past 2 weeks, 3 different countries, right? Within the past 2 weeks. And in each of these countries, for every one of the events I attended in these three countries, I paid for those events. I paid for those access. Why? Because those network that I am building are valuable. When we say your network is your net worth, they are valuable. What are you doing? The knowledge as well you're building is valuable. Why? Because you want to scale to a point whereby what you say is impactful. You don't want to, what is the norm that a lot of people do? Everyone is you're posting 10 meme coins and 20 meme coins, and you're gambling every day. No, this space is evolving more than that. The space is becoming bigger more than that. And if you're still stuck with the old mindset, you will not be able to move forward. Crypto is becoming bigger than you think it is. It is becoming bigger than you think it is. And you want to evolve with that mindset, because it will help you re-strategize your investing plan, re-strategize your trading plan. Now, let me mention a few bit of reminders I mentioned. Because I mentioned three things. There are three things I mentioned. This was in April. So I'm bringing it back because these are things I've already stated, right? I'm just bringing it back. One of the things I said that you should know is, number one, the speed. The speed in this run. The speed in this run. And the crazy thing about the speed in this run is the speed of this run. You know, you just look at what is happening on Bitcoin. And everyone is feeling like, okay, Bitcoin is going to, like, it has ended. Everything about Bitcoin has ended, and boom, it just breaks the roof and just continues flying. And then when everybody feels like it's not going to go up again, it starts coming down. And when it comes down with so much speed. When it goes up, it goes up with so much speed. That's the same way the altcoins you're expecting to move will move up with so much speed that if you do not understand, you may not even be able to catch it. You may not be able to catch it. And that is the same way this run is going to wrap up with so much speed, right? If the run is totally over, you know, I'm definitely going to come and say, like, oh, the run is over. Don't worry. Everybody just pack your bags and go. I'm definitely going to do that, right? And but one of the things you want to most important is understanding the level to level. See, if you've just been trading level to level, you're good to go, right? You're literally good to go. Some days ago, those in the bull run group, I posted a summary of informations we've been dropping from January, February, March, April, May, right? Before we're in June currently, in the past 5 months. And the reason I posted those informations is, and I chose not to share any information. Obviously, I was busy, so I chose not to share any information again in the bull run group. And I intentionally wanted those who should to go through the data, right? Go through the data, go through the history, not because it will help them mentally, right? To see, okay, if this number of calls are given and this number of calls had produced this amount of results, how much have I made out of this information? How much have I profited out of this information? All right. How better can I do with the next series of information that are going to be coming? The calls that are being given, how does it happen? How does it play out? Because we could have 3 different people sharing calls, and maybe one particular person, whenever he gives the calls, it just goes straight too fast and it's done. Then someone else gives the calls, and then it gets and it comes down and stays for like a week or two before it now picks up. You study the mode of the caller, how his calls be, the behavior of his calls. You now strategize based on that. That is how you maximize opportunities. And this is the thing I always say is, we can all be rich, right? We can all be wealthy, but we will not all be rich. We will all not all be wealthy. Why? Because we all don't have clarity enough. And sometimes clarity will not come to you when you're stuck to one pattern. You're stuck to one state of mind. It's just like the set of people who decide to come on live streams where I teach and say certain things. You can't measure the results you have with people who don't come on live streams, right? Because people who don't come on live streams may not get their minds refined. They may not get the insight and the explanations of whatever I'm giving, what I'm sharing. But you do. You do. You get it. You do. So how you now apply it is now up to you. It's definitely up to you. I said the first one was speed, right? The second thing I mentioned was some coins are going to peak in June. I said some coins are also going to peak in July. And some coins are going to peak in August. We just entered June. Then we've got next month, which is going to be July, right? And then we've got August. 3 months. June, July, August. So in fact, we've got into 3 of the most critical months, right? So from September, October, November, those are what we call end of the party. End of the party. But the 3 most critical months is where we are in June, July, August. And I stated this to us. In fact, I did this. I think I did this. I stated all this in the month of April. It was April when because I'm looking at where I wrote where I did this. The time, the date showing me here is April. It was April. I said all this. This was like a month and weeks, 2 weeks ago, like 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago. The last time I did this session myself, about 7 weeks, 6, 7 weeks ago, of April. It's like 2 months ago now. Some coins are going to peak in June. Some are going to peak in July. The 3 most important months is this 3 months. Now, you can either choose to be mentally frustrated, right? And feel stuck. Or you could have the understanding that, okay, all I have right now is opportunity. All I need right now is more positioning within this time frame, within this date, before this date's given. And I made a statement that when you expect all to move, they won't. We're not in a cycle whereby all the coins to move at the same time. We're not in that cycle again. Some coins are going to move by 1,000%, 2,000%. Some are going to move just 10%, 50%, 100%. That doesn't mean they won't move, but the time frames will be different. In fact, we are in the more institutions are coming into this industry, the more we are entering what we call a game of the game of traders, right? We're entering what we call a trading zone in the market. And moving forward, even over the next 4 to 5 years within the crypto industry, we will be in a pure traders market. What does this mean? That even when the bull market has ended, there will still be so much money to be made throughout the market for the next 4 or 5 years, but it won't be for everybody. Because the truth is, 90% of what people are doing in the crypto space are all gambling. 90% of what people are doing are gamblings and just what we call unprofessional guessworks. The reason why I said unprofessional guesswork, because at the end of the day, even those doing it in a professional way and stuff, it's still guesswork. We are all guess because it's a game of probabilities, right? So when you say it's a game of probability, then it's a guess. It's still a guesswork. But the difference is there's a skill behind the game of probability. There's a skill behind even the art of guessing. And if you've not mastered the skill, what I do personally is pure mastering the skill, the art of guessing. Mastering it is a skill on its own. And you can do it in an unprofessional way or in a professional way. That gives you an edge to constantly be in profit. Right? I think the third thing I now mentioned is there are also some coins I say that after the bull run, they are going to still stand tall in the next 5 years, just like Bitcoin and Ethereum, because the world as we know it would have changed entirely. Finance would have changed entirely as we know it. Crypto would have changed entirely as we know it. DeFi would have changed entirely as we know it. In fact, I was meditating a few days ago, and while I was meditating and studying, I was trying to time travel. I was trying to time travel to mentally to 2030 to 2035 and begin to fully understand how the concept of crypto is going to be by that time, how the concept of crypto is going to really impact the world, and what am I missing right now? What am I so, and I begin to understand that a lot of people are even so focused on the now that we lose sight of the bigger picture. We're so focused on the present that we are losing sight of the bigger picture. What you have in your hands, to be very honest with you, is an opportunity for generational wealth in a way that a lot of people will never experience. And the crypto opportunity is not totally over yet on a longer term perspective. The opportunity you have here is an opportunity you can translate not even just for you alone, but even to your children. Even to your children. And now, I think I now made the emphasis that in this season, you want to give yourself to research. Give yourself to research. I said that very, very important. And I said, or you can decide to join the bull run group, right? You can join the bull run group or join the ETF and take advantage of whatever weekly sessions I get to have with them, monthly sessions I have with them. Take advantage of it. It will literally be your own good. Those who can afford my one-on-one portfolio restructuring, one-on-one private trading, you can take advantage of any of that. Is definitely going to be so good to you, right? And I think the last one I mentioned then, because I'm doing a recap of what I said this was that where I'm structuring testimonial content for both the Bull Run Group and then the Forex Trading Network. I said 90% of all we do in the House of Wealth is free. 90% of what we do in the House of Wealth is free. From the Crypto Trading Network to the airdrop community to Blaze to that, blah, blah, blah. Every single one of them with the Bible Trading Network as well to the Forex Trading Network and stuff. And just about 10% who wants to be in the ally status is where you now get that value and stuff. But obviously, the joining access to join the Forex Trading Network has for free has been closed. That was closed yesterday as well. So anyone wants to join moving forward would have to pay to be a part of it. And so, but that is by the way and by the side. Now, look at every lot of things I've stated from April. That is what you're saying. So this reminder I just did to remind you of where we were, what is going on right now, or something I stated we take place already, and where we are currently. So you shouldn't be confused any longer. Sometimes some of you, whenever you're confused, what you should do, you should quickly just rush up to the YouTube channel and check through past videos. Maybe read through past videos of whatever I've said in the past, and it will maybe remind you that okay, Shifu said about this thing and this. If that's for those who don't like, you don't jot down, you don't take notes, or you could literally, I think ChatGPT or some there's some AIs who could literally like take the link of the video, right? Take it on the AI and tell the AI to summarize the video for you. As simple as that. You'll get a summary of the overviews of the productions and stuff, and it's definitely going to literally help you, right? Literally help you. So that's that for that. We've talked about the new months, right? Welcome you guys to the moon. We've talked about that was being said. Now, what is next? Let's take a look a little bit Bitcoin and looking at this week's, and then I'm going to try to explain a few trade opportunities, and then we can call it a day till Tuesday when I'm going to definitely see us again. So let me share the screen. Okay, I'm trying to bring this to a lesser time frame. Okay. Can I take this off? Okay. So uh this was a trade we got in on the bull run group. This was yesterday. So it's a 1 to 3 RR, 1 to 3.2 RR, right? And already here is like 1.8 RR or so at where it is. So it's already in a good place where one could take profit out of the market and decide to move their stop loss to entry to be on the safe side. And so this is why I always make emphasis on people trying to do, if you can, be a part of the bull run group as well. So whenever I get to share this like that, you can also take advantage of it. But however, you can see here I've got 2 drawings, but I want to change a color. So that should be okay. I'm using red and white. So I want you to pay attention to the red and white color only. Pay attention to just the red and white colors only. And now on the red color, there's a tendency that price is going to drop from wherever it is and drop to the 100K, 99K levels, right? On the white color, there's a tendency that price is going to move up high here and before coming down here, and then when it comes down here, from here it picks up. Now, since whatever we do on cryptos is all trading is all a matter of probability, the question now is, based on these 2 instances, which of them has a higher probability or propensity of taking place? The one that has the higher probability of taking place is the red. The red color has the higher probability of happening, right, than the white. Because actually, if the white happens, then there may even be a switch, right? We may get a switch whereby this resistance levels, you see where the Bitcoin is reacting from now. If this resistance level and this resistance level holds, what we may get to see is that they now become a support and price may now begins to push higher. So if for any reason price gets to go high and close like 110 to 111, here may become a support, preparing it to take it to like 118K to 120K. So that is why I said it has a lesser propensity of happening, but the red has a higher propensity of happening, right? So that is where we are. So basically, if you see here, this is a resistance zone, this is a resistance zone. So it's most likely should sweep here, right? Personally, I expect price to sweep above 10555. So maybe take a look, extend a little bit higher, and then sell from it. That's why the red is there and above us. So and not actually just from here alone. So if it sweeps high, then it sells from here, it goes down. It goes down. So we could get the beautiful thing about whenever you get to see how Bitcoin moved on Saturday, Sunday, it gives you an idea of how the opening of the market into Monday is going to be, and may not just be the usual norm. But what we want to look out for is this is the buy level for Bitcoin, and this is the sweet buy level. And this sweet buy level, we could literally get this by Tuesday, right? So if for any reason the market decides to open and then begins to, let's assume the market begins to go up and stop, that means Monday, which is tomorrow, is going to give us an entry to sell, right? An entry to sell as well. And if they give us an entry to sell, we may not necessarily decide to maybe sell down to like 102, because you see 102, this 102.5 area, there's like an order here, which if I decide to switch the candles to is it this, it's, if I decide to switch here, you get to see their orders here at this level, the 1 or 2 4 levels. So that needs to but you may not be able to see it very clear, because for you to see this very clear, I have to like bring its stuff as well. So below this level, it's a very big volume at 102.5, 102.7 as well. Yeah, very, very big, hefty volumes in this area. So, but let me change it back to the normal candles. Or let me even use the volume candle. The volume candle is also a good tool, because you can also see here where price is reacting from, that this is a volume candle. So volume candles are actually candles that has a lot of volume and orders stacked up in them. So price is reacting from there. So price could decide to sell, come down again. And if you look at the 4 hours, we're seeing this interesting whatever it is showing there. But however, so if it gives us this opportunity, it could give us a sell entry for Monday, and then it could decide to play around how it's been doing for maybe 24 hours, 1 to 2 days, and then Tuesday you get a buy. Tuesday night you get a buy. So this is like a key zone we want to keep an eye from, where you want to really, really like buy BTC from, and as well as not just BTC but altcoins, specific altcoins, to go to a new high, a new level, right? So this is why you see here, what we just look at is to make our 1 to 3 hour arrow, and then we get out of it. Whatever happens above is none of our business. I mean, if you decide to go higher, fine. If you decide not to go higher, to fine. But what knows you want to look out for is a very delicate zone, and it being a delicate zone means that you want to look at this possibility, right, where we could buy from, and then it goes way high. So you look at I've got for example, I've got this coin called F3B. Let me share the coin so you see what I'm saying. It's a meme coin. Not this. Okay. So this coin is called F3B. So I factored in that, okay, if Bitcoin is going to go down, drop more into a zone, then this guy is definitely going to drop into this zone. So I factored in that if I could see this, this is I want to be sure what it is. It's 8041, and okay, I'm coming. I want to remove this so it doesn't. This is 8041, 8041, and into this area. So let's say BTC decides to we get something like this that moves up a bit, right? And then comes down, and then decides to do what? Base currency. But I really like this, because if this plays out, it's going to be a very, very big, like a very, very long trade. This is how high I'm expecting to go. So I'm expecting some crazy, insane pumps on this particular coin. So some people could trade it on spot. It's not like every single one has to be on futures or leverage. One could decide to trade on spot, and the person is good to go, because I think if you trade on spot, you're looking at making like 1,000% profit on this, if I'm not mistaken. So because that is like getting it at that level and it goes higher. So anyone could trade it in that way. But I won't want to do anything on fee Tuesday, right, for this. So whatever I just explained that what we're looking out for could play out between uh, Sunday, Monday, and then we're looking at Tuesday, giving you that good entry. Except you're ready to like mentally stress. So if you want to be mentally stressed, then that is up to you. So this same thing, right? This is same thing for Bunk. So this is Mr. Bunk. Mr. Bunk. Calling him Mr. Bunk. So if you look at Mr. Bunk, the same thing, just similar thing. So we've got this, right? We could get this down, right? Anywhere within this area. But to be very honest with you, this is going to be like a very, very perfect area. It could even decide not to go a bit high. I could decide to just want to pull down straight from here, whatever it is. But this is going to be like a very key sweet zone I'm going to be looking out for to like get in on a buy for Bonk. And like I said, the same thing is this buys will be should I use the word? I'm thinking of the right word to use. So let's say these buys are going to be like fully validated and could be by Tuesday evening. And when I'm using Tuesday evening, but say what I'm making, it could be Tuesday afternoon or so. But what I'm saying that is because I mean, evening could be evening here, it could be afternoon for you, or it could be morning for you, different time zones. But what you want to look out for is New York session, right? Tuesday New York session, we could get Bitcoin give us that. And if Bitcoin gives us that, that would be very beautiful, very beautiful. But in between, there's going to be updates. In between, I'm around right now, so I'm going to be live streaming a lot to share to us from level to level, whatever is happening and how we can get in. But here, this is another sweet trade that could literally give you that banger swing, right? Remember, I promised us that I'm going to get us good, solid swing trades that you could literally swing for a very long time, right? And that is what I am doing right now for us, and telling us when we can capitalize on that as well, and take it up from there. So that is for Bunk. Then one more. So those are two meme coins, right? Which you want to watch out for that timeline and so. Then we've got this guy, right? And that I was projecting a sell down from here. I think I don't know if I can't recall if I actually said I wanted the sell to happen publicly or I did it on a live stream, but I knew I shared it to those in the bull run group that there's gonna be a sell, and I think some people entered the sell because I got some DMs from some persons on the profits they made because they've been selling this down and it's like down into the buy zone already. But even though it's on the buy zone right now, I wouldn't want to buy in on this yet. Why? Because what you want to see here is not just, this is not just pure technical, right? What you want to see here is volume. You want to see volume on this coin. And right now we haven't got the volume, right? The volume you want to see hasn't come in yet, but it's going to come in sometime this week. And once you see that volume, that big buys that just push up, you just know that okay, the wheels are in and you can join them, because it's just going to keep on that way and just keep on that way and keep on that way and keep on that way. Now, when we're talking about volume, if you're using a trading view like mine, you could always switch your candles to the volume candles. It could help you a lot. Maybe you check on the lower time frame, let's say 2 hours or 4 hours. But for the sake of the screen, I'm just going to stick to 4 hours. Like using the time frames, and you just know the volume candles are the ones with bigger stuffs, and you can literally see here volume candles. These are volume candles. It takes you to a new high and stuff. volume candles take you to a new high. You see the volume candles here, volume candles here. And then when you start looking at these cells are all volume candles, major volume candles. So far so good. We haven't really gotten buy volume candles here, just sell. So you want to see buy volume candle. Once you get this buy volume, that is just your cue to know that okay, the whales are in and they're going to start buying. And that's why I said preferably sometime this week it's going to kick in. And when it kicks in this week as well, you want to capitalize on that and then make the life out of it, right? Make life, that's your meme coins, and this is utility. You want to make life out of it when that happens. When that happens. Okay, guys, I think that's all for today, and what we're expecting for Bitcoin and this week, and the trade opportunities that I feel like we can capitalize on that when you get that amazing entry for Bitcoin for that as well. I can't really advise joining us right now because we already in profits and already stops like at break even. So if it gets to break even, we're going to be closing at BE. And if you decide to join now, maybe you're going to get stopped out or not. So it's a bit more, it's a bit dicey. And so, except you want to play the cards on a different level. And maybe if you want to play the cards on a different level, what you want to do for that is you want to for that you want to what's it called now? Hold on a bit. I'm looking at something. Where do I get it? So I've got to okay, so maybe you want to play it here, but even at that, it's a bit dicey too. So we've got fat coin, right? And the fat coin, we've got a projection for this. It's like a 1 to 5 arrow. So maybe you could play it here. It's but on the same time, it's still 50-50, right? But at least it would make you not to entirely get to miss out on that journey, except you are like someone who is an expert trader and know how to calculate your RR for the Bitcoin, right? And so by the time we are closing that trading profit, you will still see something for yourself in it. But on the other side of things, this this is good, right? This looks good. So you could decide to um swap this for that as well. And whenever you get to see Bitcoin gets to the zones you're looking out for before it starts selling down, this dude may be here, or it may be here, or it may be here, or it may be here, wherever it gets to. So that is when you know you want to run out with your profits and run out with whatever money you've made out of it as well. Whether you're buying it on spot or your futures, whatever way you trade it, it's that is basically up to you as well. As long as you put in the validation levels, and if you have the invalidation levels like set in, then you're good to go. Like you are really really good to go. That's all for now. Really good to know. So that's all for now, guys. Have an amazing time. For those who want to reach out to me privately, to maybe you want to join the Bullrun group or any of the platforms, and you have to check the description. I think the description of the video, you're going to see like a link. You can reach out on the WhatsApp and then get on board as well. The video recording is left on the YouTube. You can always rewatch it. You can go to it. Those who are asking the name of the coins, I've stated it. Maybe if you joined before I mentioned the names, you could literally watch the replay, forward it to where I mentioned the names, and then write it down and then say that, or you could screenshot it from the screen there and then take advantage of it. Bye for now, everyone, and have an amazing week ahead of you. I wish you a prosperous month of June, and let's smash it really hard. And I couldn't really show anything on Forex right now because the market isn't live, but I think by 10 p.m. the market opens, so I'm gonna show something on Forex. I'm having like I think I've got to. I'm fixing a private training for those who are on the Forex network this week, so definitely we're gonna have a lot on that area as well. Bye for now, guys, and see you all when we see you again as well. Most importantly, do not approach with so much. Okay, bye, guys.